Michigan Air National Guard partners with the active duty Air Force in defense of our nation. The Michigan Air National Guard has several units located throughout Michigan. These include a headquarters unit located in Lansing, 2 flying units at Selfridge Air National Guard Base in Mount Clemens, 1 flying unit at Battle Creek Air National Guard Base in Battle Creek, and Phelps Collins, a permanent field training site near Alpena. Today we'll take a look at the 191st Fighter Interceptor Group. Located at Selfridge Air National Guard Base in Mount Clemens, the unit is distinguished by checkerboard markings on its aircraft, the F-4D Phantom all-weather fighter interceptor. The 191st Fighter Interceptor Group is a very young unit by military aviation standards. It was formed in 1962 and originally located at Detroit's Metropolitan Airport. The flying unit of the group, the 171st Fighter Interceptor Squadron, has been in existence since 1943. This unit was based in Scotland, Belgium, France, and England during World War II and earned battle honors from Normandy, northern France, Central Europe, and the Rhineland. Before we go too much further, let's talk about the mission and the organization of the unit. The mission of the 191st Fighter Interceptor Group is to provide and support combat-ready air crews and operationally ready aircraft for peacetime surveillance and to ensure air sovereignty, to intercept, identify, and provide attack warning and assessment, and, if necessary, destroy enemy airborne objects under all environmental conditions. To accomplish its mission, let's take a look at how the 191st Fighter Interceptor Group relates to the active duty forces. The Department of Defense oversees the activities of both the Air Force and the National Guard Bureau. The Adjutant General is the commander of both the Army and the Air National Guard in Michigan. The Adjutant General is appointed by the Governor and reports to the Governor on state matters and to the National Guard Bureau on mission matters. A small Michigan Air National Guard headquarters unit in Lansing assists the units in the state by instituting standard policies and administrative procedures. This, then, is the Air National Guard chain of command for the 191st Fighter Interceptor Group. On the Air Force side, direction for mission requirements initially come from Tactical Air Command's 1st Air Force at Langley Air Force Base, Virginia. From the 1st Air Force, the Northeast Air Defense Sector, located at Griffiths Air Force Base in New York, controls the air defense efforts in the eastern half of the United States, which includes the 191st Fighter Interceptor Group. As you can see, there is a definite dual chain of command for Air Guard units, such as the 191st Fighter Interceptor Group. The unit administratively belongs to the state of Michigan, but must also be capable of fulfilling the same mission requirements as the full-time Air Force. Let's now take a look at how the unit itself is organized. The commander directs the activities of the unit through 4 deputy commanders: the Deputy Commander for Operations, the Deputy Commander for Maintenance, the Deputy Commander for Resources, and the Deputy Commander for Support. In turn, these deputy commanders are responsible for varying functions within the unit. Also, a part of the 191st Fighter Interceptor Group is Detachment 1. Detachment 1 is a segment of the 191st that operates out of Seymour Johnson Air Force Base in North Carolina. Let's see what types of jobs must be accomplished in the 191st Fighter Interceptor Group. The operations area handles the planning and flying to accomplish the main mission of the unit, ensuring air sovereignty by being able to intercept, identify, and, if necessary, destroy airborne enemy objects. To do this, each pilot must continually improve his capabilities by practicing his tactics and flying skills. The average part-time 191st pilot will fly a mission or stand alert at least twice a week. In addition to this, they must also attend a unit training assembly for 1 weekend each month and perform 15 days of annual field training. A part-time pilot in the Air Guard must be dedicated and willing to make personal sacrifices in order to maintain his proficiency. Life support, the people who maintain all of the pilot's personal flight equipment, and the Operations Dispatch Center, those who control the flying activities, are also part of the operations area. Detachment 1 provides air defense on the eastern seaboard, and its missions are directed by the Southeast Air Defense Sector, located at Tyndall Air Force Base in Florida. As previously mentioned, Detachment 1 is an alert force, which is part of the 191st, located at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base in North Carolina. Both the people and the equipment belong to the 191st and are assigned to spend a tour of duty to provide additional air defense support for the eastern coastline. The maintenance area is the one that makes sure the aircraft and all of its weapons and navigation systems are ready for the mission. To do this, a variety of skills are necessary. Engine mechanics to ensure the high-performance engines are ready. Electronics technicians to repair and calibrate the radar and navigational equipment. And mechanical and hydraulics experts look after the aircraft's flight controls. Dozens of different skills are needed to get the interceptor aircraft ready for its mission. The resources area can be looked upon as the things that are necessary for the unit to do its mission. The things include a motor pool with a variety of different motorized vehicles, and the people to maintain them. The supply area is responsible for the thousands of parts and personal equipment items that are needed for the unit and its people to perform. Skills are needed in computer operations to track and order the materials. Cataloging and warehouse skills are needed to maintain the materials. And even specialized knowledge is needed for the handling and transportation of fuels for the aircraft. Of course, one of the most vital resources is dollars. Budgeting, forecasting the cost of operations for people and materials, including payrolls, are all part of the resources area. The support area is divided into several vital segments of supporting services that are needed to operate a unit of approximately 1,000 people. Of course, there is the ever-present administration. Records and orders must be created and kept for payroll and training purposes. The multitude of training needs are also kept track of by computer. Personnel records must be maintained on each person for pay, promotion, and retirement purposes. And of course, paperwork is one of the most common methods of communication that is so necessary within a unit as diverse and large as the 191st. A fully staffed clinic is also necessary to ensure the health and well-being of all unit members. Routine physicals and immunizations are required to maintain a ready military force. Facilities must be maintained and sometimes built by the civil engineers. This unit alone requires the skills of electricians, plumbers, carpenters, masons, and heavy equipment operators. The civil engineers not only repair, maintain, and renovate unit facilities, they must also be prepared to deploy with the unit and maintain runways and other flight operations areas under combat conditions. The security police provide security and law enforcement for the unit's people, facilities, and equipment. Security police personnel are in continual training for their tasks to ensure the 191st is a safe and secure place to work. This is but a quick look at the main organizational areas of the 191st Fighter Interceptor Group. The unit members who provide the skills to run the unit are sometimes prior service people who have learned their skills on active duty. For whatever reason, they left active duty, but felt they still wanted to use their skills to contribute to the security of our country. Many unit members join the 191st right out of school. They go to basic training and technical schools, just like active duty personnel. They are taught the trade and skills they need by the Air Force. After they receive the training, they come back to the unit, resume their normal lives, and participate with the unit on one weekend a month. The 191st Fighter Interceptor Group, a part of the Michigan Air National Guard, serving your state and your nation as part of the community.